What's up, guys? My name's Tony and I'm with AJV, where audio joins video. Today we're going over the Elac Uni-Fi 2.0 bookshelf speakers. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell to help us keep this channel going. Now, quick review over these guys. We've been listening to them over the past month. I've had many ears on this. First of all, these bookshelves are great. $600 for a pair. Regular price. They are very solid cabinets, so you're not going to get a lot of resonance. They are front ported as well, so that's a very good plus bonus for you. If you don't have that space to bring them out to breathe out from the wall, you want something that's going to be a little bit more like slimline. You'd be able to pull these up a little bit further or closer to the wall, not further away, in order to save some room. You will sacrifice some audio and some soundstage from it, but it's not going to be as bad as other speakers. Now, the big question is, are these worth buying? I've got to say, I feel kind of mixed about them. I've been listening to them across the month. I will say they are definitely good for movies. If you're a big movies fan, you want to start off on a budget, these are definitely a good way to start, whether it's with the towers or the smaller bookshelves. You can always start with the bookshelves and bring them to the back for the rears when you're ready to buy the bigger towers for your upgrade. These have a phenomenal soundstage when you're listening to music when it comes to two-channel listening. You do get more of a deeper soundstage towards the center, if that makes sense. So instead of just completely flat across, you're going to have more of like a U-shaped. So it's going to start coming in, and then you'll start hearing the voices coming further back. I did kind of like that. It gave it more of a three-dimensional soundstage. It was weird because I swear I was checking my center channel, making sure it wasn't plugged in or anything like that, because it sounded like it was coming from the center. Really cool effect. It really changed the way I listened to certain songs from what I was used to. Now, the one thing that these speakers struggle in, that I've got to be honest with, is taking on a lot of information. And by that, I mean, if you're listening to this playing music, listening to guitar or something like that, sounds amazing. If you're listening to something that's playing just a singular voice, you know, very musical through that, amazing. Once you start putting those two together, it gets very muddy. It sounds like it can't keep up with itself in a way, where it's struggling. It's trying to become that hi-fi speaker that we all want, and it's definitely being better than the most basic speakers that you can get at any of your local stores. But it's in the middle. It's the middle child. You know, it can play well on some things, but it won't be able to keep up with the bigger guys. It always feels like something's missing, like it's holding back, and it just sounds like things are clashing with each other. It's kind of hard to explain in that sense, but I wanted it to be really good. They are still good, especially for movies, but for music, straight off the bat, they're not going to be what you may be looking for. If you really want that clean soundstage and want something to be more matching with other speakers, then yeah, this is going to be a good speaker for you. I compared these side by sides with some other speakers. We have the KEF Q150B. Those are the bookshelves that are exactly the same price as $600. They are a two-way speaker, and they do have that concentric driver where the tweeter's in the center. So you are going to get a similar soundstage to it, but those ones are going to be a little bit more bassy. But honestly, between those two, they're very similar to each other. You're going to have a little bit of muddiness. It's not going to be very clear. When comparing it to the smallest bookshelves by Bowers & Wilkins that they had, side by side, the Bowers & Wilkins 607s, those are a lot smaller speakers, and they're $100 more. So I wanted to see, would it make a big difference with $100 more out of your pocket? I gotta be honest with you, it was night and day. The Bowers & Wilkins stepped up. They're a lot more clear on the high end. Everything was just clear. Even though they're a smaller speaker, a lot more clear. I'll see if I can get those in for review. Sadly, if I were purchasing these speakers, I'd probably go for those ones, and that's just my own honest opinion. Maybe you can hear them side by side in your own free time, but comparable, I'd say they're in the middle for the Elacs. I would most likely switch over to Bowers and Wilkins. I'm not really biased in any way, just because I have a pair of bookshelf or Bowers and Wilkins, the 7 series line up in my theater. They just have that higher note. You get that higher treble, which I enjoy. But everything was a lot more clear. There wasn't as much of a soundstage. I'll give them that. But straight honest opinion, these are good. They could be better. Maybe the step up from them, up the line, is going to be better. But I kind of wish it had that little bit more, because I was hearing all this about, oh, the audio quality is very good, very high. It's conflicting, but I just want to give an honest review. That's my stance. I love them. I like listening to them. They're great speakers. Don't get me wrong. If you're looking for that step up where you are getting up into that hi-fi world, these will not be the speakers for you. These are going to be more of a fun speaker where you do like a movie night and stuff like that, and you want some cool looking speakers. You got it all matched up. If you have some older Elacs and you're looking to step up and match those with a similar Elacs, whether it's the Uni-Fi or the debuts, these will blend in a lot better with those than what other speakers would do. It's a nice cabinet design. Could do more. You only have 2 plugs in the back for each one, so there's no, you can't bi-amp them and wire them your own way, give it more power. Other than that, that would be my honest review. Good speaker, could have been better. There are better ones within around the same price range, and hopefully that helps answer some questions. I do have links down in the description that I'll put up.